You've probably seen him before. He's not trying to stand out, but somehow you notice him anyway. He's not loud, not flashy, and not seeking attention. But he's there, calm, focused, and unaffected by the noise around him. That's the kind of energy the Sigma male brings. Unlike other personality types, Sigma males don't need to prove anything to anyone. They don't chase approval or try to fit into roles defined by society. They follow their own path, quietly but with purpose. And that quiet way of living makes them easy to overlook at first, until you really start paying attention. They don't act the way most people expect. They might not speak much in a group. They might disappear for days. They might turn down social invites, ignore trends, or avoid gossip. But none of that means they're out of place. It just means they're not playing the same game. The Sigma male operates outside the usual social hierarchies. He's not trying to climb a ladder or prove dominance. He doesn't want to be above others. He wants to be free from them. That desire for freedom shows up in the way he moves, thinks, and interacts. And once you know what to look for, it becomes easier to spot. This video breaks down 6 clear ways you can spot a Sigma male in the wild. Whether you're curious if someone in your life fits this mold, or wondering if you do, these signs give you a real-world lens to understand what Sigma energy looks like when it shows up quietly in everyday life. Let's get into it. Way number 1. He's comfortable being alone. The first thing you'll notice about a Sigma male is how comfortable he is with his own company. He doesn't need a group to feel secure. He doesn't chase after plans. And he's not filling his calendar just to avoid silence. In fact, he often prefers solitude, not as an escape, but as a way of life. While many people fear being alone, the Sigma male finds peace in it. He's not sitting in isolation waiting for someone to call. He's using that time to think, to build, to recharge. Whether it's reading, walking alone, working on a project, or just sitting in silence, he feels complete without needing anyone around. This isn't about avoiding people. It's about not depending on them for meaning. The Sigma male is often seen at cafes alone, traveling solo, or spending a Saturday doing his own thing without feeling like he's missing out. That kind of independence stands out, especially in a world where most people need constant interaction. People might assume he's lonely, but that's a misunderstanding. The difference between loneliness and solitude is choice. Sigma males choose solitude. They need it to think clearly and function at their best. Being alone isn't a failure, it's a feature. When you see someone who's completely at ease doing things by himself, who doesn't look bored or anxious without a group, that's a strong clue you're looking at a Sigma male. He's not waiting to be rescued from silence. He's living in it. And that comfort with being alone is often the first thing that makes people wonder, why doesn't he need anyone else to feel okay? That question usually leads to one answer: he's probably a Sigma. Way number 2. He speaks less, listens more. In a world full of noise, the Sigma male doesn't add to it. He isn't the loudest voice in the room. He doesn't interrupt just to be heard. And he rarely talks just to fill silence. When you're around him, it's clear. He listens more than he speaks. This isn't shyness. It's intentional. Sigma males understand that words carry weight. They speak when they have something real to say, not just to be part of the conversation. This makes their words stand out, not because they talk a lot, but because they talk with purpose. When they do speak, it's usually thoughtful and direct. No fluff. No performance. They don't care about sounding impressive. They care about saying what matters. And once they've said it, they go quiet again. That silence can make people nervous, but for the Sigma male, it's natural. He also pays attention. He watches how people speak, not just what they say. He notices tone, body language, timing. He picks up on things others miss. That awareness allows him to stay ahead in conversations, not by dominating them, but by understanding them better than anyone else. In group settings, Sigma males might not speak at all unless asked. They're observing, listening, collecting information. And when they do finally share their thoughts, people often pause, because it usually cuts through the noise. This trait also makes them hard to read. People can't figure them out easily because they don't reveal much. They're not guarded, they're just not performers. That mystery only adds to their presence. While others talk themselves into confusion, the Sigma male sits quietly, knowing more than he shows. If you're around someone who's noticeably quiet but clearly aware of everything, who listens with focus, speaks with intent, and never seems to waste words, you may have found a Sigma male. Way number 3. Strong sense of self. Sigma. Males don't follow the crowd. That's not rebellion, it's clarity. They know who they are, what they value, and what they stand for. That strong internal compass shows up in how they move through the world, and it's one of the clearest signs you're looking at a Sigma. You won't find them chasing trends, jumping into popular opinions, or changing themselves to fit into a group. Whether it's fashion, beliefs, habits, or goals, the Sigma male sets his own path. He's not trying to be different just for the sake of it. He's being honest about who he is, even if it makes him stand out. That self-assurance makes people curious. How does he stay so grounded? How does he seem immune to pressure? The answer is simple. He's not looking for approval. His choices come from within. He doesn't ask, "Will they like this?" He asks, "Does this match who I am?" You'll notice this in small ways. The way he dresses isn't flashy, but it's his style. The way he talks isn't for attention, but it's real. His actions match his values. He's not trying to impress. He's trying to live aligned with what he believes in. This sense of self is also what makes Sigma males hard to manipulate. You can't shame them into doing something they don't believe in. You can't guilt them into following rules that don't make sense to them. And you definitely can't confuse them into doubting themselves, because they've already done the hard work of figuring out who they are. That kind of inner strength is rare. It's not loud or aggressive. It's steady. And it creates a quiet power that people notice, even if they don't understand it right away. When you see someone who moves with purpose, isn't afraid to be different, and makes choices that reflect something deeper than trends, that's someone with a strong sense of self. And it's one of the most reliable signs that you're in the presence of a Sigma male. Way number 4. Quiet confidence with calm presence. There's a kind of confidence that doesn't need to be announced. It doesn't walk into a room demanding attention. It doesn't try to dominate conversations. It just is, steady, grounded, and calm. That's the type of confidence Sigma males carry. They don't need to prove anything. They don't walk around trying to look powerful. But you still feel it when they enter a space. There's something about their posture, their tone, their steady gaze. It's subtle but strong. They don't shrink, but they don't puff up either. They're just comfortable in their own skin. This kind of confidence makes people take notice, not because the Sigma male is loud, but because he's clearly unshaken. In a world full of noise, ego, and attention-seeking behavior, someone who doesn't need any of that becomes magnetic. Sigma males know they don't need to control a room to own it. Their presence speaks for itself. They're not trying to be liked, but they're respected. They're not chasing status, but they carry authority. That quiet confidence disarms people. It makes others feel like they don't have to perform either. You'll often find Sigma males sitting back, observing while others compete for attention. And while the loudest people fight for the spotlight, the Sigma male is already ahead, focused, calm, and unmoved. People might mistake this calm for arrogance or aloofness. But that's just a misunderstanding. It's not about thinking they're better, it's about being centered. And that inner stillness is something you can spot in real life. If you see someone who never brags, never begs for attention, but somehow leaves an impression, someone who makes silence feel strong and calm feel powerful, you're probably looking at a Sigma male. Way number 5. Drive to learn and improve. One of the clearest ways to spot a Sigma male is by watching how he uses his time. While others are chasing distraction, he's sharpening his skills. While others are trying to impress, he's trying to improve. The Sigma male has a deep, personal drive to grow, and it shows. He's not doing it for applause. He's not trying to beat someone else. He's doing it because he values progress. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a skill, building something from scratch, or reading every day, there's always something he's working on. This mindset separates him from the average. He doesn't settle. He doesn't stay stagnant. He's always evolving, quietly, steadily, and on his own terms. This also makes him hard to keep up with. He's not loud about what he's doing, but the results speak for themselves. People wonder how he knows so much, why he's always prepared, or how he keeps moving forward without support. The answer is simple. He doesn't wait for motivation. He creates momentum through discipline. You might notice him researching during breaks, asking deep questions, or practicing alone long after others have stopped. That dedication isn't for show. It's just how he lives. Even in relationships, this shows up. He's drawn to people who also want to grow. He's turned off by laziness, complaining, or staying stuck in the same cycles. He respects action, not just words. This mindset of constant improvement makes Sigma males extremely self-reliant. If they don't know something, they'll figure it out. If they fall behind, they'll catch up, without asking for permission or help. Spotting someone with this quiet hunger to grow, someone who stays sharp, curious and focused, is a strong sign that you're seeing a Sigma male. He's not trying to be the best in the room. He's trying to be better than he was yesterday. And that silent drive makes him stand out. Way number 6. Selective relationships. The Sigma male doesn't connect with many people, and that's not by accident. It's by choice. He's extremely selective about who he lets into his life, and that selectiveness shows up in every relationship he forms. While most people collect friendships based on convenience or common interests, the Sigma male is different. He looks deeper. He asks questions like, can I trust this person? Do they bring peace or chaos into my space? Do they respect my time, energy, and boundaries? If the answers aren't clear, he won't pursue the connection. You won't find him in big social circles or constantly bouncing from one crowd to another. He doesn't need a lot of people around him. He needs real ones, honest, self-aware, low-drama individuals who understand the value of silence, space, and truth. This makes his social life look small from the outside. But to him, it's just clean. There's no forced interaction, no pretending, no obligation to keep relationships going that don't feel right. If the energy shifts, he notices. And if the vibe no longer fits, he lets it go, quietly and without drama. You'll notice this when you try to get close to a Sigma male. He doesn't rush it. He watches. He evaluates. He might talk to you, but he's still holding back until he knows it's safe. And even when he does let you in, it comes with no performance, just honesty. If that's too much, the connection fades. If it's respected, the bond grows deeper than most people ever get to experience. His selectiveness isn't arrogance. It's protection. He's not guarding himself out of fear. He's just aware of how easily the wrong people can drain the right energy. So he avoids shallow connections. He passes on small talk. He doesn't entertain emotional games. This makes him seem distant or hard to approach. But those who earn his trust know the truth. Once the Sigma male connects with you, it's real. No fake support. No half-interest. Just clear, focused loyalty. But only if you match his energy. If you see someone who has only a few close connections, rarely opens up fast, and seems totally fine walking alone until something real comes along, that's a clear sign of a Sigma male. He's not avoiding people. He's choosing himself first. Sigma males move differently. They're not here to be understood by everyone, and they're not trying to be. But once you know what to look for, their presence becomes obvious, even in the background. We've broken down 6 real ways you can spot a Sigma male in everyday life. It's not about labels. It's about patterns. Solitude doesn't scare them. Silence is their comfort zone. They speak with purpose, carry themselves with calm, and don't chase attention or shallow approval. Their focus is internal. Their energy is intentional. You may not hear them speak much, but their choices speak for them. You may not see them with a crowd, but that's by design. And if they let you into their world, you'll see something most people miss. Depth without performance, strength without noise, and loyalty without conditions. But remember, Sigma energy isn't about being mysterious or superior. It's about clarity. Living by your values, choosing peace over chaos, and building a life that reflects who you are, even if that means walking alone. Next time you see someone quiet, focused, and unfazed by social pressure, pay attention. You might be watching a Sigma male in the wild. Thanks for watching.